Welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live, where on this show we introduce you to yourself. That's what Saucony Prince would say. So I am very excited right now. I'm waiting on my guest, but I know that the guest we have tonight is amazing, and as soon as she gets in here, we'll get started. But so this week has been a phenomenal week for me, and I just hope it has been a phenomenal week for everyone because it definitely has been for me. All right, hang on. Let me make this where everybody can comment on it. I don't understand why Facebook won't allow you just to set it that way one time, but they don't. It's confusing. All right. Um, but oh, there she is.
Hello.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
I'm good. I got here.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. So, I ask you guys out there, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask them because we are both open books
Mhm.
and we are here to help you guys. Please share this episode out. Invite anybody to watch this episode because I guarantee it will help somebody. Well, I am Jeff Marconette Jr., also known as the award winning international Make Every Second Count speaker. And I am so pumped up about tonight because we are learning how to love yourself no matter what. And see, I know that life throws some curveballs sometimes. And it's not always easy to hit those curveballs. But she is going to teach you how you can love yourself no matter what. Now, I have to ask Jessica,
Mhm.
in your journey to becoming this know all and be all empowered woman, how did you have to grow through anything? Now, I say grow through because I don't believe that we just go through things. I think we have to grow.
Hmm. It's weird. Oh, there
Dang,
we go.
sorry about that.
Sorry. I don't know if that was my end or your end.
No, it was my end, but
That's okay.
I don't know why.
It's all
But
good.
technology is strange.
Yes, we go with it. Flow with
Yep.
it.
So if you could tell the audience a little bit about yourself first of all, such as your name, where you're from, what you do, and more importantly, why you do what you do, and then we will jump into the show after that.
Okie dokie. Here we
All
go.
right,
So I'm
cool.
Jessica Gregory. Right now I reside in Charleston, West Virginia, but I'm originally from Jersey. And out here they call me Jersey Jess. So I am also a wife, a mother. I have two little girls, and I
Wow.
was I was a special ed teacher. I grew up. I'm a twin. I have a twin sister, and I have a brother who's autistic. Just to give you a little background, and so I grew up a little differently in the fact that I learned a lot about behaviors, and I learned a lot about how to do the work to heal, but I didn't implement it until later in life. Bless you, bless you.
Thank you.
So I also was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis in every joint At 15 years
Wow.
old, 15 years old, I was diagnosed. My twin sister, she does not have it, but I do. So this is different, right? Because
That seems a little strange.
yes, so it doesn't matter. Even if you're a twin, you can still get diseases in the body, and the other one may not. It can happen. So, with that said, I didn't realize most of my life that I was holding on to so much baggage. I hated myself. I was always striving to be perfect. I was a people pleaser, very codependent. Um, and yes, okay, I had a twin, so I was very codependent on her. But then with my mom, I was very codependent because I got these illnesses very young, so it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So, eventually, this led to addiction. So I became addicted to my pain medication, the opioids. We didn't know back then, 25 years ago, that they were that addicting. All right, I thought, woohoo, this is helping me feel better, feel normal. For years, doctors told me that I would be in a wheelchair by 40. They told me, oh, you're going to have to be on medication the rest of your life, that you might not be able to walk, and all these things. And I really believed it. I really believed what they said to be true. So that was my story. I'm just this disabled person. That's all I'll ever be. But I tried to be normal. I tried to fake it to make it. Okay. So that only got me so far.
And how did that make you feel, the faking it till you made it?
Well, at first you think you're acting. I'm an actress. I'm a chameleon. I got this, right? I can do this. I can fool people. I'm fooling myself. But it comes to a point where you're like, wait a minute, I'm not being authentic. I'm not being real anymore. Like, who am I? You lose who you are, your identity, because you're so used to living for other people, for external validation, to make everybody else happy, and you're not making yourself happy. So that's what I was so used to doing most of my life, living for other people's happiness. And the more that I did that, the more I hated myself, resented myself. And then the more I hated myself, the more disease was coming, more misery, because I didn't just stop at rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed with many more issues along the way, many chronic issues, one after the other.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry to hear that, but I know that you are a winner and you are empowered beyond belief. So you know exactly how you beat these diseases.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to ask, do any of these diseases still affect you in any way?
Well, actually, what's really cool is over the last 4 or 5 years, I had hired coaches to help me. I've done a lot of holistic work, spiritual work, all types of different healing methodologies, and I've reversed a lot of my illnesses actually.
Wow.
So to answer your question, I still have the arthritis. I still have bent fingers. I don't know if you can see it. I had my hip replaced at 20 years old, screws in my foot, fused wrist. So like that will never change. But my Crohn's is reversed. Fibromyalgia is gone. Iritis, that's an arthritis in your eyeballs, is gone. I just wear glasses to read, because I'm getting older. That happens. But endometriosis is gone. PCOS is gone. Hypothyroid reversed. So I'm here to share with you that we can reverse diseases of the body, but it doesn't take just one method. Okay. It's a whole mind, body, soul approach to the healing. It's not just like, oh, I just changed my diet and then I'm better, or, oh, I just changed my mindset and, oh, I'm better. It's just many different pathways to get to healing, especially hardcore diseases. So, yes, I still have the arthritis, but I'm in remission. I'm off all of my medications. Not only did I kick the opioids 4.5 years ago, I got off the opioids, but then I was like, you know what? Let's not stop here. Let's get off the other stuff. Let's get off the depression meds. Let's get off the anxiety meds one by one. Of course, I did this carefully with doctors, understanding that I was doing it and with help. But here I am, off all my medications, able to walk. I'm not in a wheelchair. Like doctor said, I'm going to be 42. Whoop, whoop. As a matter of fact, I ran for the first time in 25 years with my daughter. a couple of months ago for the first time with screws in my foot and a hip replacement because
I
I
love
can.
that.
Because I can.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Oh,
absolutely love that. Many of these people that are watching this show know that I have struggled for a long time and I am still working on running. And while I can maybe run a little bit, it's only like 4 steps and it's extremely sketchy.
mhm.
So I really, really, really respect you for doing that because I know how hard it can be, especially when other people tell you you can't do something or you're not going to be able to do it. But how exactly did you learn? Well, all right. How exactly did you learn? Because you probably held it against yourself that you couldn't do these things,
Oh yeah.
correct?
Oh yes, you got that right.
All
Yep.
right. So, how exactly did you get beyond the point where you no longer blamed yourself for these things, that
Oh,
you saw it differently?
oh, I like this question. Okay, I might get a little emotional because that just hit me right in the heart. Um, well, it didn't happen overnight, Jeff. Okay, obviously, it took a lot of patience, perseverance, grace, acceptance, and love. I didn't know for so long that the more I hated my arthritis, the more I hated what the doctors told me, the more I tried to fake it to make it, the more that I tried to run and avoid and suppress my emotions. I didn't know that was hindering me. I didn't realize it because we tried to put on a brave face and keep going and stay strong all the time. What if it's just okay to not be strong sometimes? What if it's just okay to just be who we are and love where we're at? What if it's okay to just accept that, you know what? That's okay. I'm at this place. We can have goals, right? We can have dreams. That's great. But I was always trying to push through them and chase them and get there. And it was never enough and never good enough, never going to be enough. And it was just like I was always pressuring myself so bad that, like, I was running in circles. So
So, how did those goals ever become enough for you?
well, I had to start small. So I realized I had this all or nothing mindset going on. And I also had a victim mentality. Woe is me. I would share my story. I'd get sympathy from people, kind of liked that. And then I was this like go getter. So I'd a perfectionist. So I'd like go for it and gung ho and push through it until I burn out. So I had to learn the hard way in a lot of ways, right? As we all do. But it came to a point finally where I'm like, what if I just accept myself for where I'm at? What if I'm just okay being right now? It's great to have these dreams and these goals, but if I just do one step at a time and I celebrate every little tiny win and milestone, that's going to propel me. And it did. It did. I didn't just, oh, I started practicing and I ran within a year. No, this was years in the making. This was like, okay, learning to walk up and down steps first. This is, getting up onto my feet and feeling grounded, not so shaky and wobbly. This was me not waking up and opening my eyes saying, oh, great, another day, in pain, woe is me. Because I had to stop that cycle, right? So there's these
Yeah.
little steps, and this is what I teach my clients, little steps to improve ourselves without, let's not get too far ahead. Let's slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
Like we know where we want to go, we will get there, but little by little, and it adds up.
Yeah. That now I know personally from my own journey that that we live in this society that is looking for the instant gratification. We're looking for the $1 million overnight or the overnight success, and it's really not there. So, how in the world did you deal with not not hitting some of your goals some days? How did that make you feel? Because I know that it can be tough.
Mhm. Yes, it can. Well, I felt like crap. I'm not even going to lie and sugarcoat it. I was frustrated. I'd become angry. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Is this emotion serving me?
Is this emotion serving me?
Right. It's great to have these feelings. Okay. We can be angry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad and frustrated. But right now, am I going down that negative rabbit hole and staying stuck in this feeling and emotion? Or do I feel it? Okay, let's move forward now. What can I do? Instead of always looking at, oh, I can't do this, I'm not reaching this goal, and I'm over obsessing over it all the time, how about looking at it like, wait a minute, I did do this. I did get out of bed.
Yeah. That is something that I don't think a lot of people actually realize, that our main goal every day should be just to wake up. So many of us take life for granted, take everything in life for granted, and the abilities to do these things for granted. But they have to realize that waking up is not a guarantee.
Yep,
That
you're right.
life is so fragile. It can be over in the blink of an eye. I was watching a video last night with, I forget his name, but it was Jay Shetty and somebody else. And they were talking about, do it one more time. He when he does reps of 10 in the gym, he'll keep doing those reps of 10, but he doesn't just do 10. He always does 10 and one more. And then he was explaining that his dad got some kind of cancer, and it was kind of sad. And the dad said that he wasn't going to get any more than one therapy for that cancer. So he would do the stuff, but he would only do it once. And he kept going back and back and back. And the son didn't get it. And he went and asked his dad, "Why are you doing this, Dad? You said you were only going to do it once." And the dad said, "Well, I was only going to do it once in one day. There's one day left for everything. And you see, if I get the gift of one more day, I am going to fight, because I get to see my granddaughter graduate. I get to see you get married. I get to see all this stuff that I wouldn't be able to if I'd given up after that first day."
Yes.
And it was amazing that it was just like, wow, I totally get that.
Yes. I love that. One more day,
Yeah,
one more moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he does everything he says one more time.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just thought that was pretty awesome.
I love
But
that.
so this show is really about trying to help people get from where they are now to where they want to be. Now, I know that you've gone through some stuff because you were just talking about it, but do you have any suggestions for people that are struggling to get to that other side?
Yes. Of course I do. Where are you right now? Okay. Realize where you're at right now in the present moment. And then visualize where you want to be. Okay. Where do you want to go? What is it that you want to work on? What are your dreams? Maybe what are the habits you want to replace with better habits? Okay. What behaviors do you want to stop? What things do you want to implement into your life? Why? Why is this important to you? Knowing the why and getting to the root of why you want these things is going to help you more than motivation and willpower. That only takes us so far. Okay. But if we don't feel like doing that one more time, one more rep, one more day, you're going to go back and remember why you're doing this, what you want, and why you want it. That's what helped me on my most difficult days, Jeff.
So
Why do
you're
I
saying
want this?
start with why.
Why?
All right,
Why?
that's cool. Why?
Why?
Why am I doing this?
Yep.
Yeah, that's great advice because I know a lot of people lose track of why they're trying to do it. So they need to remind themselves of why they started. It's like in the gym. People go to the gym like all the time, and they're not seeing results after one day. They're
Mhm.
not seeing results after 1 week. They're not seeing results after 3 weeks or even 3 months.
Yep.
But if they would just stick with it one more day, as I say, or as that somebody says, I don't know. But if they just stuck with it, they would be able to see those results. If they just remember their why, they would be able to see results because it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand.
Yep.
Nothing good happens overnight.
No. And nothing good comes easily.
No, so true. So, if we start with our why, do you have any other suggestions?
Yes. So we want to know why we want this. Then we want to look forward and understand where we want to go. And then we want to map out a plan to get there. But along the way, this is what at first I was doing the all or nothing mindset, and I was like, go, gung ho, right? But I was
Yeah.
forgetting to celebrate the milestones and being grateful for where I was. Let's not forget that part of it. Okay. So it's okay to be slow and steady. It's not like, oh yeah, hurry up and let's go and let's just go do this crash diet and let's just get to running. It doesn't happen that way. It, like you said, it takes time. So knowing our why is great, but then having a plan in place. Having a plan in place. How am I going to get there? Okay, I want to get here in a year. Now, how am I going to build this year up to get there? So each month, I need to be hitting to this goal. Let's try to get there our best. Okay. Also, what helps is accountability. I always either had accountability partner or some kind of coach to hold me accountable. This is why I'm so passionate about becoming a coach, because I know for me, it was very hard to do these things all by myself. I needed a partner. I needed someone to hold me accountable.
And why
I think we froze. We froze. Hmm. I'm not sure if y'all can see me. Oh, there we go.
darn technology? I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
So, I'm sorry. I forget where we were now.
Oh, it's okay. So, like, okay, the why and then the accountability, mapping out a plan to get there to our desired, outcome of what it is we want, right?
Yeah,
That's the process to like really reach our goals and our dreams, right? But here's
yeah,
what I also do for my clients. I help them understand why they fell into either addiction or these habits. There's that part too. So there's the past. The past, we have to go back there to understand why we even got to where we are right now. to then live in the present moment, to then get into the future and become our future self. So it's not just like, oh, let's just become our future self and forget everything. For me, I like to understand, where did I come from? Why did those things happen back there? How can I heal those things so I can move forward, not feel so stuck?
Yeah. So I, I, I for some reason, which I do not think it's bad, but this for some reason, I see my past. I know my past, but my past doesn't matter to me.
I
And
understand. I understand that. I can see that perspective.
but you see that people want to go back and heal their past
Mm-hmm.
because they say their past makes their future cloudy,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't. If you really want something and you focus on that truly, then there's nothing that can stop you from going out there and trying to achieve it. Now, there are things that can hold you back, yes.
When you're overthinking of the past, when you're stuck in depression and anxiety is running your life, you're stuck in the past. Why? What may have happened that keeps you there, that keeps you continuing to go backwards? And then you fear the future. Then you can't live in the future, like for the future, because you're so stuck in the past. We need to clear that trauma. We need to heal those things that you're so attached to so that you can live now and towards the future. That's why
So
I teach the past and how to heal.
so why is it that people want to hold on to those things?
That's a great question. Well, there could be many of reasons, right? There's post-traumatic stress. There's people are struck with maybe illnesses and they can't get past it because that's what's holding them back. For me, my chronic illnesses were holding me back. I wanted to do all these things. I wanted to be healthy, but I didn't know how to get there because I was so attached to that, what the doctors told me, those stories, those limiting beliefs. They kept me so stuck. So I had to clear those away and heal. That's why. And then I started realizing, okay, here I am in the present, and here's where I want to go. But I need to let go, forgive the past. I didn't realize how much I was living in resentment and anger. I was so mad at getting diseases. I was so angry at it. Why did I deserve this? Woe is me. All that victim mindset because I didn't I wanted to understand, why did this happen to me? Or did it? Or did it happen for me?
Yeah, it happened for you. I completely understand that too. But so you were talking a little bit about working with people. Now, if people want to work with you or they want to reach out to you and ask you a question, do you have any contact information you would like to give people for those purposes?
Sure. Well, I'm on Facebook under Jessica Gregory. I'm still, building my website and things like that in the moment. So you can either just direct message me that way. I also run a Facebook group called Empower Each Other. I would love you to be there. It's a great community. It's free. And I give a lot of content and information, ways to heal, ways to work on your goals and live your dream life, live empowered life. And I would love you to join us there. I'm also on Instagram as well. So Jessica Gregory, it's under just my name right now.
That's awesome. Now, do you happen to have any final words, any messages you want to give out to people to leave them with as they wait for next week's episode of Make Every Second Count Live?
Yes, of course. Remember, we have one life to live. Okay? Believe, achieve, and succeed. And we really are stronger together. You're not alone. And I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So I need everybody out there to do me a favor this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. This includes you, Jessica. I need you to make every second count. Why, you might ask? Because you never know when the seconds are going to run out on your one life. I'll see you guys back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, have a great week. Thanks again, Jessica. I
Thank you.
appreciate you taking the time out of your busy evening to be with me and my viewers.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It was a pleasure.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.